guys, my name is Bitika. I'm an operations manager with Cisco. I have graduated in electronics and communication engineering, and it's been almost 4.5 years in this corporate world. Today, I am here to talk candidly about five lesser known qualities or skills that will help students to enter the corporate world with confidence, and the notion that thank god I at least know a little about whatever these industry experts or my mentors are talking about. Again, these are my top of mind when I think about my first year with Cisco. You could always add your flavors and achievements to build a stronger, hard to miss personality profile for yourself. So here I go. Do not laugh if I tell you that the ones amongst you who kind of uses Excel, PowerPoint, and Word will find yourself in a much comfortable position when you enter the industry. And by industry, it could be any amongst manufacturing, IT, sales, HR, you name it. Microsoft Office is there in every office. So Microsoft Office will play or is the framework for data analytics and the presentation. So the world will come to know about your plans or your roadmap or the action items you have prepared through these tools. So as a student, I had a decent understanding and practical knowledge on PowerPoint and Word, but I didn't use Excel much. So I started using Excel when I started working, and I figured out, the importance of all the cool ways that it could be utilized. So let me give you an example. Many of you might be CAD, GRE, or GMAT aspirants, and you might be practicing a lot of quant, data interpretation, logical reasoning problems. So you might be interested in knowing that Excel solves all these theoretical problems of arrangements or matrices, binomial equations, permutation and combination in seconds. You could prepare gigantic reports or well formatted graphs, charts, and any way you want to show the trend of any particular project using Excel. And of course, after preparing the raw format, you could always utilize Word or PowerPoint to present it to the external or to your internal parties. So give it a shot. Try digging a bit more about the Microsoft Office tools, and try building a couple of exercises in terms of, let's say, you could utilize Excel in preparing a budget for your club, or you could utilize PowerPoint to build a presentation for any kind of sponsorship that you're looking for your college fest, and ultimately all these homework or all these understanding about these tools will help you in the longer run. Listening requires a lot more effort than speaking our minds. Me being an outspoken person, it's not one of my greatest qualities, but I have tried inculcating active listening in my regular job life because of its many advantages. So even for you guys, if you listen to the right words, sentences, or phrases during a group discussion or a debate competition, you are bound to excel better than the rest of your competitors because you actually make mental notes of everything. Even for me, if it's be it a client meeting or a mentoring session or attending a workshop, this is what I have figured out. When I listen actively, I start making a summary or key takeaways in my mind from the discussion I am currently having with the pointers in place, and I can plan my next move, which is negotiation. This skill is rather opportunistic than manipulative. So negotiation allows you to make sure that the situation is a win-win for everybody, and everybody is benefited as a team. Let's say I'm being told to work on a new project by my management. I need to listen to the idea, understand the scope, the planning phase, and then negotiate the outcome. Why is it important? Because you want the best result to be obtained from this opportunity. Because the end result of active listening and negotiation should always be presentation. Without presentation, the job is half done. All the efforts that has gone right from idea generation till implementation and execution, it needs to be documented and shared with all the stakeholders concerned. So, and how do you present? I mean, have the answer through all these presentation tools, or let's say office tools, and half of the answer would be to add your qualities to it. Let's say your body language, the confidence, your communication skills, and the quality. The most important part is the quality of taking feedback as a part of active listening, and then the cycle continues. That's how I have grown within the role. This is a vast area, and because every problem is unique, and the fancy title is to get your thought process kick-started to figure out your definition of this particular skill set. 3 words: creative problem in management, and keeping it really short. It should give you an idea to build a plan to sort a problem, to arrive at the best solution efficiently, with, let's say, less time, less resources, and yes, in a smart fashion. Giving you a real-time scenario, let's say my client wants to know how his network is performing and is it helping in his business growth. How will I manage it? I will suggest, let's say, trend analysis, regular meetings and reports, followed by quarterly reviews to make sure the value of my services, and in turn the services that the company has sold, is seen. How could I do things creatively? I could automate the reports. I could give him access to the external view of his network profile, and send him monthly benchmarking data to give him the much needed confidence on his overall network performance, which is directly related to his business growth. Again, you can use relatable listening and negotiating skills to understand his exact ask, and to get the problem managed in a smart way. This has got a diverse meaning once you enter the corporate world. You need to talk business, and you need to know how, that too without making other parties awkward, or they taking you to be a show off or only talk, no work person. So when I joined Cisco, all I had was the experience of college, let's say, in terms of exams, internships, fests, club work, and so on. How did I start? First step is always to learn, be a good learner, having a good mentor-mentee relationship, understanding what's expected and how you can contribute, and then you can build on to that. I participated in a lot of events, trainings, paid attention not only to my on-job deliverables, but also I utilized my strengths, which I built during my school and college days, to my advantage when I entered Cisco. That was to make sure that I get a good grip in this techno-human world. And when it comes to relationship management and networking, I would suggest, or take it as a tip, do not be a robot or a monotony. Explore voice your opinion, learn from your disagreements, and find a way to connect to people within your area of interests. As millennials, we all know how to use the social platforms to communicate, but importantly, we need to understand it's our behavior, or the gratitude we show towards others, teamwork, our leadership, and optimistic qualities, which will take us a long way. In the end, we all work for something or someone, but yeah, I mean, we all have our individual achievement goals. Hence, the more you build a positive network circle, the more you will thrive within this industry. I want to keep this really short because we all might like doing one thing or the other in our own way. We might like card games, traveling, blogging, coding, playing different sports. So all I want to say is academics and grades are one thing, and paying attention to all these interests which you have developed throughout the course of your life is equally important. And let's not make them distant guests and keep them away from you. Just try to maintain a balance between your studies and extracurricular activities, because I highly and seriously believe my co-curricular interests have helped me a lot in building my career, in terms of showcasing who I am. Even for you guys, grades are one thing, but then the question is, will you be able to cope up with the team you are getting hired to, or will you be able to manage the amount or a level of stress that's gonna kickstart once you join any industry? So your co-curricular interests will play a major role to understand the job you want, a lot about teamwork, the motivation that's required to keep you going during your off times. So for me, I have done a lot of event management back in my school and college days, which had a lot of organizing, communication, leading certain activities, and working as a team, searching for different sponsors. And you gotta believe that when I say whatever my role currently is as an operations manager, as a part of service delivery, that's more or less a field of interest for me because of my co-curricular interests. So guys, on a candid note, keep doing whatever you are doing, but pay attention to whether you are enjoying it or not. How can you make it better and preserve it to be useful for your upcoming days? So thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Bye bye.